Here is a picture of the area between 67 and 68 inches. As you can see, I apologize, it's not that clear. Maybe when you blow it up, you'll see this is the normal distribution. The mean is 65, the standard deviation is 5, and we want the area between 67 and 68 inches. And if you look at that, the area is going to be 0.070325 at the end. Okay, now let's give another example. And here is another example. Just bigger. Suppose, and this is true, IQs are normally distributed with a mean of 100 and a standard deviation of 15. Suppose I want to find out what's the probability that, well, what's the proportion of people whose IQ is greater than 110? So once again, we have to use our transformation. Z is equal to x minus mu over sigma. 110 minus 100 over 15, which is 10 over 15, which is 0.67. So the probability that x is greater than 110 is also equal to the probability that z is greater than 0.67, which is 1 minus the probability that z is less than 0.67, which is 0.7486, and this is 0.2514. Let me show you that 0.7486. Here is my normal table. And cumulative z-chart, we're looking for, here it is right there, probability that z is less than 0.67, and that comes out to 0.7486, as you can see. That's 0.67, and 1 minus that would be the area to the higher than that, which would be the answer that we just got. So let's go back here, and I'm going to be sending you this whole Word document so you can follow it along. Let's ask now another question. Suppose I want to know, or you want to have a club. In order to get into the club, you have to have the top 10% in IQs, or you have to have 90% of the people lower than you. So how do we find what is the IQ that is necessary in order to be in the top 10% or 90% less than you? So the way we do that is we look up in our Z table, and here's the standard Z table, and I'm looking for 90%, and 90% corresponds to, well, there's no 90% exactly, but the 90%, that 90% is 0.8997. That's closest to 90%. We also have 9015, and we also have 9. This one is the closest to 90%. And that corresponds to 1.2, as you can see, and then here is an 8 on the top of the page. There's the 8. So that comes out to 1.28, and now let's go back to our document. So z is 1.28, and 1.28 is equal to x minus 100 over 15, and that comes out to be 119.2. 119.2. So in order to get into this club, if you have an IQ of 119.2 or better, you can brag that you are smarter than 90% of the people, and you are admitted to this club, high IQs. What I'd like to do now is I'd like to show you how to use the online stat book a little bit more carefully. And here we have let's go back to the online statistics book. And this is the screen that you see when you type in the page online statistics book. Trying to get it clearer. Just type onlinestatbook.com. And then you click on version 2. See that? That's big letters. And then you click on normal distributions. And then here you have a whole bunch of information and areas of normal distributions. Click on this. And here you could read what it has to say about normal distributions. One of the things that it says is 68% are within one standard deviation of the mean. So, for example, if the mean of a population is 50 and the standard deviation is 10, then 68% is going to be between 40 and 60. You could read all of this, and you could also listen to the video if you like by clicking that key up here. I'll show you that in a minute. And here we have another example, and here we have 95% are between 1.96 standard deviations of the mean. Okay, and you could read that. And if you want to click on this applet, click over there and allow it to run. And then you can put in any number you want here. For example, the number that I did over the last time, the mean was 65. Well, let's do that other one. The mean was 100. And the standard deviation is 15. And I want to find out what IQ, what is the probability that someone has an IQ less than 110. And then the area is, as you can see, 0.7457. Hopefully you can see that. It's not so clear. Okay. Well, anyway, if you run it, you'll see it. Now, the last question, we could do this applet. Calculate x for a given area. Click on this applet. And now you click Run. And then you want to find the mean is 100. The standard deviation is 15. And we want to know the top 10%, or 0.90. Put a 0.90 in that box. And then this is 119.223. It's the same number we had before. I don't see how clear it is. Maybe when you blow it up, it'll be a little bit clearer. Okay, and then what I would like you to do is I'd like you to answer these questions. Now, at the end of the chapter, they have 6 questions. Here's the first question. We'll do that together. A distribution has a mean of 40 and a standard deviation of 5. 68% of the distribution can be found between what two numbers? Well, you know, 68% is between 40 minus 1 standard deviation and 40 plus 1 standard deviation. So the answer should be between 35 and 45. If you click this 35 and 45 and then you ask it to check your answer, you get a big smiley face, and it'll tell you that you got the right answer. If you pick a wrong answer, like this one, it'll tell you why it's the wrong answer, and you can try and figure it out better. And then you go to the next question, and so on and so forth. Try answering those 6 questions, and we will continue with the normal distribution and confidence intervals when on April the 8th. I'm also attaching the Word document that has all that information on it, with the means and standard deviations, all the different problems. And I'm also attaching the tables and the video. The video is going to be as a YouTube. Okay, see you on the 8th and have a happy holiday. Bye-bye.